And we are underway from Cincinnati. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Come on, Rick.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. They moved the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted, many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it out to his left. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Yeah, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. From 17 yards out. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Here is 3rd and 5. Watson off play action. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. Here's Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Touchdown, Browns! Deshaun Watson on target to David Njoku. And the Browns are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go up the middle with Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try to field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 2-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a skip.
And now off to the races, down the right side. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Faking the give, now Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Watson on 1st down. He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And he's brought down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 8-6 the score after 1. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Now Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that.
And now look at this. Big gain by fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And trouble trying to middle here. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Back to throw, Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson, they'll roll him out right. Oh, and that is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it didn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with him.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time out, Charles, they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but the defense held strong, and they hold on to this slim lead.
And how about as the defense ran off the field, how about the greeting they got from their teammates on the sideline? They kept that narrow lead by their nice play. Now, let's pay it off for them, right? Punch it in on this drive, take that lead back up to 2 possessions. That would be a nice little thank you gift to them. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Watson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
11 MT, 11 MT. Dot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. They They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's to Chase, he's got it. Touchdown Cincinnati. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Bengals have retaken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant, pushing his way through. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They run again on first down, Chubb. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Here's Watson now on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. Still going inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called. Running
for it. Here's Chubb. They only needed a few inches. finishes, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a first down throw. Watson steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jordan Battle. He's to the 15. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Breaks through the contact. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And now they're in the hurry-up. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson now to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Harrison Bryant, 33 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Jedrick Wills, former 1st-round pick, guilty there. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Here we go. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 21, here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. They're going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 11. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right?
Here we go.
You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. You kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A give. This is Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 2nd down and 3. Here's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Chubb going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run for Nick Chubb, and the Browns get a bit closer. They'll try and run it here, and he'll get 2 points, as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Burrow looking to pass. Rolling to his right. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Browns 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 145 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now Watson.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Daxton Hill puts it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
He's got a man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 3.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
11 coming.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And they go play action now. Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And quickly, they get to the line. Watson on first down. Dancing to his left. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. And now here's another interception. There he goes, right side. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Nixon going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be brought down at the 27. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93%.
Touchdown, Browns. Harrison Bryant, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now.
Justin Hopkins set to kick off.
Stays on his feet. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams court.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's gotten Njoku over the middle. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. To the air yet again. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Inside the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
Now it's Burrow.
At the 36-yard line.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Hudson. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Here we go.
At the 13-yard line.
Here we go with Burrow.
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow, steps away. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And the Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense.